Hey, people. I might or might not have told you in that last movie that the first son in the Bible was the son of Cain. Cain and Abel weren't considered sons. And I know I told you in that last movie, I'm just having problems getting it compressed and loaded, so I don't know if it's been posted or not. But I'm going to make one a little shorter and see if I can get my compressor working. And I thought I'd talk about this son. It's pretty funny here. But in this first son, King James says, King James, a big old prude, he says, and knew Cain his wife, and she conceived. But the coon-ass captain that wrote this, he meant it to be read like this, and you can almost see it up here, why you docking it is to what led it on us, what led on us a way high boner, a big old boner, and he built the city, a boner. And what it's saying is why docking it as to, who docking, parking my ship at as to what led and come along and what happened at on us a way high boner and yea ban her, and built the city. And called a city, is why crash, why crash them. And most of the time you see this, it'll be followed with a word that starts with an A, so this is a cry. But here it's a crash, a Qrashm, a crash'em. And built the city and called, why crash them here? The O-I reads as an E. They read as an I here, but it's an E, H-E-R. A crash'em here, a cash'em ben, and whence, W-H-N-U-C, whence, and whence, is when you have money, the cash'em ben whence, in the ben, during the time, whence, the cash'em, when you got money, and call the name of the city, hey, this hotel, you can how a crash'em here, a cash'em ben whence, when you got money. She's a prostitute. She got a sailor on every ship, when your ship's in port, and why docking at as to what led tennis. It led a tennis, the tenants to live in, and yea, and let be ben her who crash'em here, cash'em ben whence. And this tennis, you see it come up spelled several different ways with the S sometimes. But this UK here, UKUC, that means us as in the night. That's secret code for the things that are up at night. It's talking about the stars at tennis. And then it's got a list of all the kinfolk to Cain, but none of them are ever sons. Nobody's called a son until it gets down to the end with Set as the first son. The sunset. It's the last two lines, Set and Enosh. And I was telling you in that last movie, I don't know whether it's posted or not, but it showed the reason Cain got his name, but it didn't show how evil got his name, Abel. And it's in Hadam Yada attached we as what led at a kin, your first kin, your son. And he got it named for affinity. I have acquired, to keep the cycle going, affinity. And it always do this for most all the names when it tells a reason for name them. But I didn't see it here for Abel. He would just spelled it at achieve it. Abel. It didn't say why and because, and was Abel a keeper of sheep. And everybody's got this story backwards, This is where you word evil. You can see it here, the H-A-V-E-L, evil. And often following the T or the D, This is where the devil and the evil come from. Abel was evil. That's why Cain killed him. And you don't see what evil means until you get to the bottom. And Cain hired, O-R-D, the hired had him. But down here you see it's the same old coon ass talking, it's why do had 'em of that ass too. To it led, the second vowel reading as a it, and as to wit, TWI, to it led Ben, what come of it, what led Ben, what cry, you see it followed by the A, and that's, that first one reads the I. And Ben, what cry at must, and cry at some must, a kiss to lull, LIA reads a U, a lull, a kiss to lull him, to cure his kiss, you got to go must kiss to lull him. The zero occur. When the sun sets, that's the zero. It's when you zero out your clock. That was the beginning of the new day. And zero occur, and no other. Zero occur. There is no other. The devil. The devil. A sea urge. The urge of in. And the definition of devil is on this next line. And last, and last come, and a ETE, the VA, read as a DE or a TE, and this is a tiled bin, and last come a tiled bin, and that's the base word. You'll see inheritance and was given command to, and things like that, have a tiled. And last come a child Ben, in that period of time, just have to be born a child to it, was born a son, and to him was born a son of a child Ben. Why cry, how cry, who cry, why cry at smit, the vav A turning into a D or a T, at smit, and N-E-N-U-S, in us, as midst in us, as within us, as evil. If rubs, the second L, becoming an I, if rubs you. And why cry at smit in us, as evil a fur of some you call 'em evil. And so that's what that movie was about yesterday, was the evil, the four-letter words of the unspoken, and was born a son. He named him Enosh, then began to call on the name of the Lord. And so the devil, he's the youngest son, and last come the attiled Ben, the attiled son. And I think that means the third son, he's the one you send to school. Somewhere there's a written roll of the sons. And the first two are helping you on the farm, and you send the third one to school. And you did this because the devil a sea urge of in. Hey, that one's got the devil in him. Let's send him to be a lawyer. And why do had 'em of that ass to it led Ben? What's cry ats must kiss to lull him? A big old cry baby. And zero occur, and none other the devil see urge of in. And last come a child of in. Why cry at some mit, and cry at some within us, as evil if rubs 'em you. Don't rub him the wrong way. He got some as the evil if rubs 'em you. It's built up in him, don't fuck with him. That was me. That was Dennis. I was the third son. By the time you get hand-me-downs, your socks done been through two big brothers. You wore 'em on the outside your shoes. And don't fuck with that dude. He call on the name of the Lord, as the evil if rubs 'em you. So I'm going to cut this off here and see if I can figure out what's going on with my compressor. If I get the other one fixed, I'll leave the link up here. It's about the four-letter names of the sons. We cut this off here. Good day.